Hi, I'm Lance with Mobile Air. Today we're going to diagnose the AC system on a 1994 Ford F-Series truck. You're going to need a minimum of a gauge set so you can tell the charge amount in the system. You're also going to need a vacuum pump to evacuate any air and moisture in the system, a recovery unit if the system still has a charge with a recovery tank, a charging scale, a thermometer, and your refrigerant. First, you'd want to diagnose in the situation with this truck is we're going to hook up our gauge set. As you can see, we've got no charge in the system. So the system has been completely drained, either due to a leak or the system has been recovered. Next step we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and disconnect the ground off the battery. 170,000 miles on it. So I'm going to start by removing the clutch cover off the compressor to see if we've got an oil leak at the shaft seal. And as you can see, there's oil inside of the splined pressure plate here. So there's also oil and dirt buildup around the shaft seal, which is an apparent shaft seal leak. Also, you want to do another visual inspection to make sure there's no other apparent leaks or chafing of the hoses. After everything else looks good, you start by removing the compressor. Remove the clutch wire. Remove the hose assembly from the rear of the compressor. You have to be very careful not to get any dirt in the hoses. Next, you're going to remove the 4 bolts holding the compressor to the motor mount. I like to look in the compressor to see if you can see any metal shavings on the discharge port to see if the compressor came apart internally. And we look good. Next, we're going to remove the accumulator and the expansion device, which in this case happens to be an orifice tube located right here. So we're going to start with taking off the plug wire to the switch, cycling switch, removing the cycling switch. This will go on the new accumulator. You always want to use a backup wrench when you're removing any of the lines. Once again, you want to be careful that you don't get any debris inside of the hoses. Now we're going to remove the orifice tube. First, you must take off the safety clip, retaining clip. And with the specialty tool, you have to remove the Ford spring lock fitting. Either with a pair of pliers, or they make a special tool to remove the orifice tube. Inspect the orifice tube for any excessive metal shavings to where the system might need to be flushed. Orifice tubes are color coded with different size orifices inside. This is the device used to release the spring in the Ford spring lock fittings. This is the removal of the accumulator with the brackets attached. All right, when removing the units, always remember to start with disconnecting the negative on the battery, removing all the components of the air conditioning system, and making sure that you follow the steps when reinstalling the new components.